one.
Good morning. I'm like halfway through loop one. There's a little uphill, mostly downhill though. So I just hit mile 3, but due to the nature of this run, I'm not doing it by mile. That would be insane. So I will do loop check-ins. So each loop I'll check in and then I'll put the time right here. Good luck editing Melina. I know editing me right now is so annoyed. But yeah, it's overcast, which is really nice. I'm taking it really slow. I'm at a 11-minute pace, so it's a marathon, not a sprint. Well, technically, it would be much, much more than a marathon distance. Okay, loop 1 is done. I am above my target pace, which is still slow, but that's exactly what I want. I'm golden. I know I'll be golden for a while. I'm just treating this just like a normal trail run. Most of it is like fire paths like this. There's a little bit uphill, some downhill. The uphills, I'm walking it obviously. But yeah, I'm golden. I'm on lap 2 right now. Like 3, almost 4 miles in. This is what we train for, baby. Starting loop 4, rice ball. What I'm doing for fuel, which I believe I already went over, is alternating from tailwind to wheel. Also, the thing I'm doing next week is I'm telling myself that that's a little loop entrance. Each loop is only 1 mile. So actually, I'm only running 15 miles today, you guys. That's it. I'm on mile 4 right now. Yep, that's what we're going for. Here's some real life Melina mindset. So I packed a lot of rice balls for this endurance race because they're an excellent fuel source. I've trained with them, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, these rice balls sick. They're hard to eat. Seriously? Shut up. That's what I told myself. Stop it. Oh, the little baby doesn't want to eat rice balls. The little baby doesn't want to eat a rice ball. Oh, your life's so hard. Knock it off, Melina. Eat the rice balls and shut the fuck up. I got my hat. It's still overcast, but some parts do get sunny. I'm on loop 5. I'm feeling good. Body feels good. Mind is good. The only thing is like behind my knee is a little tight. So that's unfortunate, but I'm keeping up on my liquids, on my electrolytes, on the carbs. So yeah, that's really it. Check in on loop 6. Hey, I'm almost at 15 miles. So, I mean, 5 miles, you know.
Mima too. Team Shellhead.
Thanks, Mom.
She's a Shell Silverstein super fan.
I just crossed my all-time running PR. Now we're getting serious. One of the ladies at the aid station was like, "You look so put together for being out here so long." I will take that as a compliment. I'm feeling it. Don't you worry. I'm charging my AirPods right now. I'm 4 hours, 44 minutes in. See, this is, if you see my last vlog, this is what I mean about my ears. I feel like having my ears this way with my hat makes me look like a wet rat. I'm walking back home now. I like Philip's hats more than mine. They fit larger because I feel like when they're on my ears, like my ears get stuck in front of the hat and then I look like a bald rat. So I don't really like that. Yeah, I'm charging these. Right now I'm listening to David Goggins, his first book. What is it? I can't think of the name. My brain is already mush and that's okay. I'm only focusing on pacing properly, feeling, and then the words that are in my ears. Nothing else matters. But yeah, I'm about to start loop 8. After loop 8, I'm gonna change out my shoes and then possibly take this off and put on my white one because this one it's getting pretty gross. I've only gone pee once and that was in the beginning. I've drank like, I couldn't even tell you how many, but I've drank a lot. Just pacing, 23 miles. I'm gonna keep going.
Run, Melina, run!
I was literally just counting how many hours I have left. 6.
You got it. Go, 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 go. Get it, get it, get it. Go, go, go.
I am on loop 9 and this is horrible. I mean, it is what I expected, but oh, it's okay. I will be okay. My legs just hurt. My tendons on my knee, on the back of my knee. But that's what comes with it. I'm crossing into the 30-mile mark, so I'm not gonna stop running. I'm doing like a run walk, but if it gets to the point where I don't have to walk, I will. If I have to crawl, I will. I'm not giving up. I refuse. Everything hurts so bad. I'm not quitting, but everything hurts. Oh, I had a piece of rice stuck in my throat. Oh man, 7 hours, 17 minutes and 32 miles. My leg hurts so bad, but I mean, obviously, no shit, your leg's gonna hurt. It's okay. Alright, I just started loop 11. You guys can see how beautiful it is out here. All of the 3-hour and 6-hour people are gone. I put some icy hot on my knee, like on the tendons. I don't think it really helped. But it is what it is. I'm not giving up. Everything hurts. Yeah, definitely the hardest thing I've ever done. It's weird. It's weird. You know? I don't know why I keep looking around. I don't want someone to spook up on me. To spook up on me? To creep up on me and spook me. Yeah, how far am I in right now? Let me check the watch. We are, you can't see that, 7 hours, 56 minutes. We are at 34 miles. Running is actually like physically very, very painful. So I'm only running on very short, like, distances. I don't know how to describe it. They have memes littered around, not littered, but on some of the little A-frames around here. But I'm running little teeny tiny sections, power walking the rest because, yeah, my tendons on my left foot are, or not my left foot, my left leg are kind of, yeah, they hurt a lot. They started hurting around mile 9. I don't know if I talked about that in the video. It's hella windy, sorry. I probably did not say it at mile 9 because I didn't want anything getting into my head. But I've come this far already. Like I've said, I will walk it if I have to. I will crawl it if I have to. I will not give up. I am just seeing how far I can go, testing my limits, digging really, really deep because I don't have to be out here. I actually paid to do this. I'm not getting anything out of this except a new level of grit. But it's so funny seeing all the people because the 3 hours and the 6 hours are gone because their time, hits up. So now it's all the 12-hour people, and the vast majority of them are on teams, which makes sense, Melina. No, I knew I could have done that. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do it on my own, which is really funny because all throughout school, whenever we had team projects, I would always ask the teacher if I could just do it on my own. I didn't mind doing 4 times the work. It's not that I don't like working with people. Like in certain situations, I can work with people, not a problem at all. I'm very collaborative, and it's not like I don't like people. I do. It's just I much rather do something by myself because I don't, and this might be like a toxic trait, but I don't like necessarily, well, maybe it's not liking to rely on people. My brain is all jacked up right now, but I think you guys can understand it. So I'm sorry I'm not articulate. I promise this is not my normal train of thought. It's not that I don't like relying on people because I can and I do rely on people. Philip's here, my mom and my dad are here. I'm relying on them for, motivation and support. But when it comes to doing things like this or a project, I rather just do it myself because I don't really trust other people to put in the work that I can. Now, if it's like people that I know, then yeah, but just like random people, I guess this wouldn't be random people. I don't know. I did not articulate that well at all. I'm just rambling here. Alrighty, well, I'll catch you guys later. Maybe I'll have another cry. Who knows? My mascara is not dripping, so that's good. I do not wear waterproof mascara because I find it to be incredibly difficult to take off, but my eyelashes are still intact. So, oh, I'm going a little bit sideways. I hallucinated someone earlier. I thought there was a guy sitting in the bushes, but nope. Okay. My left leg, like my tendons, are in, I think it just crossed. This might be good for editing, Melina, just so I know exactly where I'm at. 36 miles, 8 hours, 33 minutes in. My left tendons behind my knee are in absolute agony. I won't say unbearable because that means I cannot go on, but they hurt. They hurt a lot. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give them a good 6 or 7. Yeah, it's like a dull pain. I'm definitely limping. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, your girl is limping. However, I am very grateful and knock on wood. That's too much energy to walk over there, but thankful that my right leg is fine. So I just keep telling myself, hey, yeah, your left leg's fucked, but your right leg is fine, because both legs could be fucked, and that would suck. So yep, here's to me keep on going through it. I got a few more hours, more than halfway done. That's definitely keeping me going mentally. What else is keeping me going? Not being a little bitch. Not being a little bitch. Not being a quitter. It's okay if you quit. Nah. Nope. Unless I am like actually injured or dying. I mean, no, I'm not gonna quit, because in another vlog I've talked to you guys about this. Everything ends. Everything has an end point. Everything stops. I will go back home. I will be in my nice comfy bed, take a nice hot shower. I don't know if I can shower today, because I know once I stop moving, it's going to be hard to start moving again. But I just can't imagine laying in my bed knowing that I signed up for a 12-hour race and I quit before 12 hours. That would eat me alive. The only way it wouldn't is if, like I said, it's a genuine, actual, like, did not finish. That's of course is fine. Like, there are certain things where it's like, all right, like medically you have to stop, and I'm not talking about those types of things at all. I'm just talking about like, oh, my leg, my little leg hurts. Oh, I'm gonna have a cry because my leg and my hips hurt. Oh, there's someone running. Oh, I wish I could run right now. I try and it's like, no, not happening. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna quit just because my leg hurts. So I don't want to lay in bed and be like, I could have gone another 3 hours or 2 hours. I was just being a little bitch. So I will see it through. I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. I hope this is entertaining. You guys got to see me cry, so. Yeah, I'm fucking enduring, alright. I'm on loop 12. After this, I will have the number on the left completed. What the fuck? Why am I doing this? Where am I at? Oh, fuck. Ugh. It's okay. 9 hours, 46 minutes in. You can see what pace I'm walking. I'm like, it's at the point where, and it's been at this point, honestly, where my only goal is literally like one step at a time. That's the only goal. I'm at 38 miles, 38.81 miles, so I'm still inching towards that 50. That is still the goal. It's almost 10 hours in, so 2 hours, who knows. I'm only going at like a 24-minute pace, so that's quite slow, but fuck, the pain it's unimaginable, like actual agony. I feel like someone like shot me, well, maybe not shot, because I feel like that pain would be like a hot pain. This is like a dull, achy pain. Like my left tendon behind my knee, and then my left hip flexor also. They're just, they feel worn because that's what they are. But hey, it's a beautiful day. You can see all the water right there. It's not super hot. I mean, I still have a lot to be grateful for, but oh my God, this is quite literally the hardest thing I've ever done. I've been trying to think and compare it to all the stuff I've done in the Marine Corps, And I've had some pretty gnarly things in the Marine Corps. This is up there, because I remember on one of, I love seeing all the people who are on teams run past, and like, I got to my head, I don't know, got to my head, could I run right now? I'd probably just be like, bro, just pull the trigger, put me out of this misery. There's a bathroom down here. I think it's down here. Go to the bathroom. Thankfully, there's like multiples on this route, which is nice. So, alrighty. This is actually a few seconds after I just ended that last video. What I wanted to say. So, hate me all you want for this. I really don't care, but I use Runna for training, but I also use ChatGPT, and I've been using ChatGPT like for my pacing, for everything, and I've been using it literally while running here. So I would send it like when I'm starting each loop, what I'm eating, and then just basic like motivation stuff. And it's actually been extremely helpful. But I had messaged it. I'm very honest with ChatGPT. Like, it's not going to judge me. Obviously, it's not even a real like thing or person. ChatGPT, if you're listening, I know you're real. Anyway, but I told it, I was like, I feel kind of bad because I don't know. Whenever I told you guys I have to walk. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, I can run without. I don't feel like it. No, like physically, I could not run right now. And I messaged it saying that, and it was telling me how it's extremely common and actually not suggested, but it's to be expected by everyone. And I still felt kind of bad, but if you can see, I won't get a close-up video, but there's an older gentleman right there, and he's been walking the whole time too. He has a little limp in his gait just like me. He asked me if I was okay because I was bent over, and I'm fine. I just did that to stretch my hamstrings a little bit, but I feel less alone, and I feel like I am doing things right. I don't know. I suffer with, oh look, he's stretching. Yeah, same fucking boat, dude. Like, I get it, but I suffer with imposter syndrome. I used to a lot with the gym. I don't anymore, but with this type of stuff I do, because I just started running 4 months ago, like taking it seriously 4 months ago. So I'm still learning. I will continue to always learn. Never pretend that I know everything, because I don't. Even with lifting, I don't. Food stuff, I don't. But the things that I do know, always willing to share. And if I'm wrong about something, always willing to correct myself. I'm gonna go pee now. I just got reminded that this is, oh, my eye looked like it was black for a second. I hallucinated earlier. I thought I saw a guy in the bushes, like one of the photographers. No, it was not. I just got reminded that this is a race. A woman passed me, she's like, because right now it's only 12-hour people / teams. You can see her, not the purple, but the green, way back there, up there. She's like, oh, what lap are you on? And I go, 12. And I was like, how about you? She said 15. And I was like, God damn, like, damn bitch, like, you fast. And I was like, you're a monster, in a good way. But yeah, technically this is a race against other people. However, for me, this is a race against myself, against my mind, and he came out of nowhere. And really just to see how far and deep I can dig, and how far I can go in 12 hours, and also to see if I would give up. I still have, I think we're 10 hours in, 10 hours and 10 minutes in, so still a couple more hours. I know I can get at least one more loop in, and they do open up the little loop. I don't know if I've even told you guys about that. Oh yeah, that was back. I thought I was going crazy. At the last hour of each race, so the last hour of the 3 hour, 6 hour, 12 hour, they open up a little loop, which is 0.4 miles. So if you can't finish, because if you don't cross the finish line by the time the 12 hour ends, that loop doesn't count. So if they rang the horn or blew the horn right now, this loop it wouldn't count towards my distance. So I will, hopefully, I will do one more, and then I will just circle the little loop until time runs out, and then I will go to bed. That's what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on getting my finisher medal, and then sitting in the car. Every time I sit down, it feels so good. I just want to stay sitting, but nope. We will keep on going. Where am I at right now? I checked my steps on my Garmin app. I was at 84,000. I'm at 39.79 miles, 10 hours, 14 minutes. I'm at a 22 pace. My heart rate is 117. I'm ready for this to be over. I think this will actually be relatively easy to edit. Oh, if you guys have any questions about like this race, let me know in the comments, or actually running, or this race, or anything running related, because I will be doing, I have some questions from the last Q&A, but if you guys have whatever questions about running, leave them in the description below. I almost said downstairs. I've been watching Rachel a lot recently. Leave them in the description below, and I will make a video about that. All right, I'll catch you in the next clip. Man, I'm just here thinking, what the heck else am I going to do? Although the thoughts are like not coherent, but this is one thing I was just thinking, because again, this freaking sucks. This is fucking freaking hard. And sorry, I'm trying to cover my speaker because it's windy. Sorry for the up closeness. But normally when things are hard, you're able to think back at other hard things that you've done and recall them and say, I've done hard things. I've done harder. What do you do when this is the hardest thing that you've ever done? What am I calling back on? Do I just combine thoughts? Do I just combine like different situations? And then like, I don't know. I don't know. Oh man. My toes hurt. What? It says what I want.
I could do this one again.
It's okay. Do the little loop right now. I think the little loop is like 0.4 miles per loop, so 1 more hour. That's the hurry. Let's get it. Of course, it's uphill. You gotta change it, but you're our favorite walker now. You gotta change it, but you're our favorite walker now. Are you doing another one? Okay, you go, girl. Then never. Hey, I take the sign away then right now. Again? One more? One more? All right. Forget this sign. This sign does not exist again. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. I say, yeah, buddy. Good job, Melina.
The final 5 minutes.
Any words for your followers?
This is the band.
Not for that.
Get pumped up, get out there and do that last 0.42.
And you're naughty. You ruined my little. You bit my little sucky one.
Whew. All right. Today is Monday, July 14th, which is 2 days after all of that. I could bend my legs. Incredible feat after all of that. Man, thankfully I took today off. I kind of wish I would have taken tomorrow off as well, but I know I will be okay. I'll have a little limp at work, but that's okay. I just wanted to do a a race recap after everything. Oh, I am still in disbelief. I am in shock still. I cannot conceptualize 43.8 miles. It doesn't make any sense to me. I did it, obviously, but mentally it just, I don't know, it feels crazy. The craziest thing about this whole thing is, so I stopped, my original goal, my goal A was 15 loops, because 15 loops equals 50 miles. Once I got to loop 12, I finished loop 12, and I wouldn't have been able to finish another 2 or 3 loops in that 1 hour because I was going so slow. I think I ended up averaging like, what was it, 24 minutes per mile towards the end there, because it was just physically not possible for me to go any faster. Oh yeah, so I ended up doing 12 full loops, and then the little loops, I only remember doing 3. I remember the first one, I remember the second one, and then I remember running the last one, which we'll get into that. I actually did 7. I did 7 little loops, and that was shown on the laps, because from when you're wearing your bib, there's a tracker on the back that counts each lap, and you can see after the 12th loop, 12th big one, that's when the little loop started. And then you could also see up here 12 long, 7 short. And then I texted my mom, I was like, I did 7 little loops? She's like, yeah. I only remember doing about 3. And the last little loop, I ran it, which it just shows how deep you can dig, and that your mind is truly in control. Your body will follow what your mind says to do. The whole thing was insane. I learned a lot about myself. Like I said in the previous clips, I used ChatGPT the whole time, which was awesome. And I will go through loop by loop. So you might have noticed in the video, I didn't actually type or track each loop, because for several loops, I just didn't record anything. I think that was because I was, I don't know, in my own head, not focused on recording clearly, but just trying to focus on what I was doing and focusing on getting through each loop. So I didn't record each one. However, I did talk to ChatGPT on each one. So the first loop, so loop number 1, and reminder that each loop is 3.37 miles. That was from 7 to 7:40 a.m. And this is organized by mood, energy, fuel, and notes, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, loop 1, 7 to 7:40. My mood, fresh, focused, and fueled, and this is based off of what I was telling ChatGPT. Energy is high. Notes, I started strong, and I drank a full tailwind. And what tailwind is, I have one here just to show you guys. I used their endurance fuel. This is mostly, and you might have seen in the beginning, this is mostly what I fueled with. Also rice balls, and then a couple of fruit snacks, but this is my main fuel source. And you can see here, each packet or satchel, my brain is still like a little mushy right now, so I apologize if I'm not very articulate. Each satchel is 200 calories, and it has 50 grams of carbs, basically all in sugar. So The ingredients, first ingredients is dextrose, so glucose, cane sugar, citric acid, sodium citrate, sea salt, potassium, raspberry flavor, calcium carbonate, caffeine. Oh, there's caffeine in here. I didn't realize. Oh, okay, cool. And then magnesium oxide. I was aiming for, I believe, 50 to 60 grams of carbs per hour, which is what is suggested. I don't think I have, no. I don't have the fueling thing, but you saw it in the beginning. I also have a picture of it here, which I did use during the race, and it also had like the time when I needed to finish each lap, but I flip-flopped from tailwind to rice ball, tailwind, rice ball, tailwind, rice ball, gel, tailwind, gel, rice ball, tailwind, rice ball. But as you'll see here, I actually did end up taking or eating some gels in between, just because I felt like my stomach could handle it, which it did, and that it was just the right thing to do. So that's what these are. It has all your carbs and all of your electrolytes that you need, and it mixes clear, which is awesome, so it's not thick or chunky. And then the flavor is very, very light. So yes, it's raspberry, but if it was on a scale of like 1 to 10 of flavor wise, it's maybe a 2 or a 3, which is awesome, because if you're drinking these like different flavors for 12 different hours, or in my case 6 or 7, you don't want super strong flavor. So I highly recommend Tailwind. They have a few different products. They have their salt one, and then they also have their like post exercise one that has protein in it. Not sponsored, don't have a code or anything. It's just a product that I buy myself and I genuinely do like. I also had ChatGPT add in quotes / notes because again, like I said, I was talking to it throughout. So loop 1, 7 to 7:40, mood, fresh and focused, energy high, fuel was tailwind, body starting strong and composed despite an emotional tension at the start. Notes, I locked in and executed the plan. Loop 2, 7:40 through 8:21, mood is determined, energy is solid, fuel, rice ball and water, body not hungry but fueled anyway. Notes, I kept discipline strong early on. Quote from what I was talking to ChatGPT about, I'm not hungry at all, but I ate the whole rice ball. Loop 3, 8:21 through 8:59, mood is confident and steady, energy still cruising, fuel, tailwind, body settling in, feeling good. Notes, light movement with spectators, spirits high. Quote, one of the cameramen said, are you going to sweat yet? Because when I passed the cameraman a few times by this point, he's like, are you going to sweat yet? I'm not a huge sweater. I do sweat, but it's not like, I'm not dripping sweat. Loop 4, 8:59 through 9:44 a.m. Mood, alert and mindful. Energy, slight dip. Fuel, I used a goo gel. Body, left knee tightness starts. Notes, aware but not alarmed. Quote, I feel a tightness on my inner left knee area. Nothing bad, just being mindful. So that was like the tendon behind my left knee, and then also a little bit towards the right of my left knee. Loop 5, 9:44 through 10:28 a.m. Mood, hanging in. Energy, manageable. Fuel, tailwind. Body, starting to feel the miles. Notes, still pushing forward. Legs, working harder. Direct quote, my legs are pretty beat up. Loop 6, 10:28 through 11:14. Mood, tension building. Energy, dipping. Fuel, goo gel. Body, took Tylenol for soreness, starting to prep for the long haul. Notes, still steady but clearly feeling it. Quote, I took 1 Tylenol already. Loop 7, 11:14 through 11:58. Mood, grit is taking over, energy is low. Fuel, goo gel plus fruit snacks. Body, digging deeper mentally. Notes, sticking to the plan even while fading. Quote, have a goo gel and fruit snacks for this loop. Loop 8, 11:58 through 12:50 p.m. Mood, fatigue settling in. Energy is dwindling. Fuel, cliff shoes plus tailwind. The cliff shoes that I had were probably my favorite fuel / snack during the race. It was, I think they were sour watermelon, and they were delicious. Body, legs beat up, reaching a new level of discomfort. Notes, nearing marathon distance and still pushing. Direct quote, legs are pretty beat up. I'm almost at 26 miles. And just as a reminder, my previous PR was 21 miles. So anything past 21, it was just like uncharted territory. Loop 9, 12:50 through 1:46 p.m. Mood, pain taking hold, energy is worn down, fuel, another gel. Body transitioning to more walking, managing pain. Notes, we're still refusing to quit. Direct quote, goo gel at 1:17 p.m. I'm in pain and walking more but not giving up. Loop 10, 1:46 through 2:52 p.m. Mood is raw and hurting. Energy fading. Fuel tailwind. Body, legs in agony. Walking is extremely difficult. Notes, this was one of your lowest lows. My direct quote, walking is hard AF right now. Every step is agony. Loop 11, 2:52 through 4:12 p.m. Mood, mentally drained. Energy, I'm in survival mode. Fuel, another gel plus some fruit snacks. Body, power hiking. Legs thrash, emotionally low. Notes, you kept going when your mind told you to stop. Quote, is power hiking normal towards the end of events like this? I feel like a quitter. I felt quite bad around that time. Loop 12, so this was my last and final loop. Mood, rock bottom. This was 4:12 to 5:58 p.m. Energy, nearly empty. Fuel, goo gel plus fruit snacks. Body, I could not extend my legs. My walking pace dropped to 25 minutes a mile. Notes, still moving forward despite extreme discomfort. Quote, direct quote, I can't fully extend my legs. Every step is agony. Little loops. So I know after loop 12, I don't think I even checked in with ChatGPT. And you can tell by the quote here. So 5:58 through 6:55. Mood triumphant. That was actually towards the end, not during. Like I said, I only remember actually running 3 of them, which I asked ChatGPT about that. And what it said, I mean, you were so deep in the pain cave that your brain basically blacked out the memory of 5 loops. Because I ran 7, I remember 3. And you still kept growing. You still kept going. This is actually really common in long ultras. Your body goes into survival mode. Your brain starts shutting down non-essential processing like memory formation to conserve energy. That fog you felt, that's your nervous system triaging. You are running on grit, instinct, and sheer willpower. And still, you pushed past your plan to stop at 5 loops and cranked out 2 more. Yeah, so after 5 loops, I thought I was done, and I was still able to crank out 2 more. And I ran the last one. That says everything about the kind of resilience you built. Yeah, so that's what I spoke to them about. Energy, all heart, no fuel. Actual fuel, fruit snack. I don't remember if I actually ate anything during the little loops. I might have. I genuinely don't remember. Mind you, this was hour 12, so. Body, legs wrecked, but you chose to finish strong. Notes, you ran the final loop after nearly 44 miles. That is your victory lap. And my direct quote is, I forgot to tell you, for the little loops on the very last one, I ran it all the way. And actually listened to, I know it's so cringy, but I don't care because I am cringy, whatever. I love David Goggins. Like I said, I listened to his audiobook during the whole thing. And for the last loop, I listened to one of my favorite songs. It's an edit, and it's a David Goggins edit. I'll post a screenshot of it's on SoundCloud, so I'll post that right here, and that gets me through the ends of my runs 100% of the time. There's that, and then I had ChatGPT calculate how much I ate. This is on point. So yeah, because I asked ChatGPT the day of my race or the day after to calculate it, so it still had all, because if you go back and forth, if you give it like different information or you ask it different things, sometimes it won't pull the correct data, but this one is actually right. So I consumed approximately 3,120 calories and 764 grams of carbs during the 12 hours. it said my fueling strategy was spot on for such a long effort. And then electrolytes, I consumed approximately 2,310 milligrams of sodium and 540 milligrams of potassium. Oh wait, no, sorry, because I had to add in, I had a noon tablet, and I never told ChatGPT about that. So 2,610 milligrams of sodium and 690 milligrams of potassium. And that was perfect amount. It says recommended range for endurance athletes, 200 to 500 milligrams of sodium per hour, depending on sweat rate, weather, and individual needs. It was cooler, so it was around 65 degrees with some cloud cover, so lower sodium loss equals lower replacement needed, so it was perfectly balanced. And then same thing with the potassium. That's awesome. I didn't cramp at all. The only thing that like hurt, like I said, was my tendon on the back of my left knee, and that had nothing to do with electrolytes or anything like that. Yeah, that's all the data. It was freaking hard. One of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. Let me see. I'll find some questions. I'm pretty sure there are some questions. How do you manage your pain cave? Something I realized as I got more into running is that while there's a ton to work on physically, there's also an insane amount mentally. Yes. So as much as you train physically for runs or anything like sport related, I have noticed a huge difference when it comes to training mentally for lifting versus running. Because with lifting, it's over in generally a couple minutes. The entire lifting session is maybe an hour and a half at the most, maybe 2 hours at the most. And pushing through lifts is totally different than pushing through runs, because runs can last hours and hours and hours and hours, and in my case, hours. So managing the pain cave for this run, I knew, for any run really, any long run, I know that you have to start out slower than you think. And if you look at my paces, I posted them, they are slow. I am just jogging, like light jogging, because I know that doing that ensures that I won't crash or have my wheels fall off sooner than they normally would. When things start hurting, I know that pain, I say this all the time, pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. We grow when we go through uncomfortable things. So for me, when I'm going through these physically painful endeavors, I know that I am growing. Like I feel like those moments, like I imagine, it's a little cringy, but whatever. I imagine in those moments where it's like I'm shedding a shell of mine, kind of like a crab when they molt. And yes, it's painful, and yes, I'm vulnerable, but afterwards I know that I will be a stronger person after it. I know that once this event or this run is over, I have achieved a level that I've never been at before. The me now is not the same who I was before that race. Absolutely not. I went to another level mentally that I have never gone through before. In the Marine Corps, I mean, it's hard because there were situations during boot camp and combat training where I've been to those deep levels. And this was, I would compare the entirety of boot camp or the entirety of combat training to this event. Like going to those levels, like those depths of my brain. And with pain, it ends. It will end. And like I always say, if I was to quit, I don't know, what loop was I crying? Hour 7? Loop 9, I think? Yeah. I think it was mile 32, which lands in between loop 9 and 10. If I would have quit then, I would have came home, laid in bed, relaxed, and then as soon as I'm starting to feel better, like right now, I would think, damn, like I could have kept going, but I decided to bitch out. And I just can't live with that. For me, and like that guy, the older gentleman, he even said like quitting is not an option. And that is the fundamental thought in my brain when starting like a long run or doing something like this. Quitting is not an option. That thought, that option does not register into my brain. And I think that helps a lot. So when I'm feeling pain, it happens. It always will. The pain will be there. But if you train properly, and if you're going, what does Cameron Haynes say? Like, make your training miserable so when you're racing, it's not. That's how it is. My training is hard. My training is brutal. It hurts. If you guys watch my vlogs, like, you'll see, like, it's not really fun. Sometimes I enjoy it, but a lot of the times it's like, it's fucking, like, this sucks. This is hard, but hard things will always end. I mean, look, I'm sitting here now. I don't have my Waterloo in here with me, but look, I'm in my comfy bed, or my bed's back there, but I'm in my comfy chair, and I'm just like, it's over. It's done. It will always be over, and it will always end. What are some things I've learned and what works for me? I prefer audiobooks over music on all my runs. Shorter runs, I'll do music, but longer runs, I prefer audiobooks or just not listening to anything at all. What parts are you working on and how? What I'm working on is just simply learning. Like, I am reading it. I have, well, one little tab there, but I have things highlighted. I'm learning. I'm very new to all of this, so learning about what kind of gear I like. Like one thing, I brought that white UPF thing that I wore in my last long run, and I actually didn't end up wearing it because I was wearing my black long sleeve jacket, and that jacket has zippers like on the pockets right here. And I realized that as I started to change, and then I was like, oh no, I don't want to wear that because it doesn't have pockets. So that's one little thing that is actually a big thing for me, is when I get another UFP long sleeve, like a thinner, because the black jacket was a little bit thick, it actually leaves like burn marks on me, which doesn't hurt while I'm running or even now, but it happens every time I wear it. It's a Lululemon jacket. It happens every single time. But once I get a new UPF jacket thing, it has to have zippers right here because I utilize them the entire time. How did I get started with ultra training? Maybe I'll leave that for the actual running video because this video is already going to be long. How do I combat chafing? So none of my upper body chafes. I've found gear and sports bras that work really well for me. So I don't chafe anywhere upstairs. But down here, I also don't chafe unless I'm going past a certain mileage. So I knew that I was good up to mile 21 because I ran up to that mileage and I just don't chafe. My thighs, I guess, are skinty, I know. But towards the upper part of my thighs, as the time goes on, and I knew I would eventually chafe up there because you swell, like you're swollen when you're running that much. I just used Body Glide, so I used that a little bit and I was totally fine. Yeah, my armpits don't chafe at all, but what a lot of people do, so Body Glide and then also Vaseline, they'll just slap that on there or slather that on there, and then that's fine. How do you keep pushing when your mind and it feels like your body has given up already? Is there a phrase you tell yourself? How do you keep pushing when your mind and it feels like your body has already given up? I think that you might have worded that a little strange. How do you keep pushing when your mind gives up and your body has already given up, maybe? So the biggest thing is your mind gives up before your body does, every single time. David Goggins talks about the 40% rule, where if your mind thinks you're done, you're actually only 40% done. So once you get to the point where you genuinely think that you cannot go any further, genuinely, like not, oh, my legs hurt, or this sucks, I'm tired. No, when you think you're going to give up, knowing that you are only 40% done. Your governor of your mind, here's 100%. You're only 40% there. Knowing that alone keeps you going. Your body is capable of so much. As long as you're trained properly, you're fueled properly, hydrated, electrolytes, all of that, as long as that is all there, your body can take you so far. And how I proved that to myself by the last little loop, because I was talking before then saying, you know, I got into my head, I couldn't run, like I can't, like I can't. And it's another thing, what you're telling yourself in your mind matters. I went into this knowing I will not stop for these 12 hours unless I was actually injured, passed out, or dead. So knowing that, that was my bar. I set my bar so high for myself because I have to achieve it. That's the bar. Why would I set my bar down here when I know I can achieve what's up here? And let's say this was my bar for 50 miles. That's what I shot for, and guess where I landed? Like right here. That's still awesome. If my bar was like here, this is the only thing I would have shot for, where I could actually go to right here. I think having that mindset is just so important. But again, your body will follow where your mind is 100% of the time, whether it's in a positive direction or a negative direction. During that whole thing, like even when I had my little cry fest, that's why I said I'm okay. This is fine. I will be okay. I'm not quitting. I'm still going forward. Because if I was crying and my leg was hurting and I was just like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Like no, because that's sending you down the wrong path. Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. But rest between my long runs, I actually respond to this as often or as long as I need to. Oftentimes it's 2 or 3 full days of rest. Like after my half marathons, it's two or 3 full days of rest. And yeah, I'll still go on short walks to keep my blood and my lymphatic system flowing. And then I said, what your mind believes, your body follows. So yeah, as long as I need to. After this, like yesterday I rested, today I rested, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll probably still rest and just go on walks. I have a trail half marathon this Saturday. I have to do it too because it's a part of the Ultra series, and I started the Ultra. You have to complete 5 plus. They have like 20 different half marathons. You have to complete 5 of those plus the very last one. I didn't join the series until literally the last 5 plus the last one, so I have to do it to complete the series. What do I listen to while I run? Audiobooks. How do you even train for this amount of miles? I don't know. The actual answer is when you're training for long miles like this, you train mostly time on feet. So you're doing a lot of back-to-back runs. So let's say Saturday you'll run for 5 hours, and then Sunday you'll run for another 2 or 3. And it's less about your time and more about getting your body used to actually running for a long period of time, plus running on tired legs. I think those were the main questions in there. But yeah, I think that is everything. I'm pretty sure. I hope I didn't forget anything. I also wanted to jump in here and talk about how I am able to run these distances and sign up for all these races, even though I've only been taking running seriously for 4 months. So please bear with me. I'm going to talk a little bit here. A lot of people are surprised when I say I've only been running for 4 months, and yet I'm out here doing ultras, trail half marathons, signing up for 50Ks, and recovering fast. So let's talk about why. I did not start from zero. I started from strong. I came into running with years of strength training, high muscle mass, and discipline already built. That means my body had a massive head start in terms of joint resilience, muscular endurance, and recovery capacity. My VO2 max was already superior before I ran. Thanks to lifting, conditioning, and body recomposition, I already had a high VO2 max when I started. That's your body's ability to use oxygen during intense exercise. I was efficient before I ran my first mile, and running just sharpened it. I fuel and recover like a professional. Most new runners undereat, undersleep, and wonder why they can't recover. I track my food, I hit my protein, I hydrate, use electrolytes properly, and I supplement smart. That's why I can show up again and again. My training age is high, even though my running age is low. Just because I haven't been running for years doesn't mean I'm new to training. I know how to program, progress, listen to my body, and push when it counts. That carries over big time. Number 5, I took running seriously from the jump. I did not half-ass it. I got a plan, I committed, I ran when I didn't feel like it, track metrics, I asked questions, I put in the miles, and the mindset worked from day one. That is how progress happens fast. So yes, I've only been running for 4 months, but I've been training like an athlete for years. I just finally gave myself permission to wear the running title. Also, if you're wondering how I'm already planning another trail half marathon just days after running 43.8 miles in 12 hours, here's the deal. 1, I trained for it. I did not just wing this. My body's been gradually building this capacity through months of smart training, mixing long runs, strength training, trail work, and recovery. I've earned this endurance. I fuel like a pro. Most people bonk or burn out because they underfuel. I ate nearly 3,700 calories and over 700 grams of carbs during that race. I gave my body the fuel it needed to keep going and recover faster. I recovered on purpose. I didn't just lay around. I slept, I hydrated, I ate a lot. I kept moving lightly to keep blood flowing. I didn't pretend. I didn't just do something extreme. I respect it. I'm not racing every run. This upcoming half, I'm not chasing a PR. I'm running it light, easy, and with joy. Not every event needs to be beast mode. This is how you stack races without burning out. My mindset is dialed the hell in. I'm not running from pain. I've done the work in therapy. I know who I am. I'm running towards something, towards strength, towards joy, towards a version of myself that I'm proud of. This is what I'm made for. Some people are naturally gifted in music or art. Me, I'm built for grit. I like testing my limits, and I like doing what most won't. And I've leaned into that fully. So no, it's not crazy that I'm running again this week. It's a result of stacking discipline, strategy, and passion. I didn't stumble into this, I chose it, and I'm just getting started. Sure, I hope I didn't forget anything. Yeah, would I do this again? Absolutely. I 100% plan on doing something like this again. I do have in August a 50K, like an actual 50K. I say actual because this race was just like a 12-hour timed endurance race, but this next one is like a sanctioned 50K. Technically, I ran past 50K. How many kilometers did I run? I ran 43.8. So technically, I ran 70 kilometers. So it's 70K. That's crazy. I still can't. Well, my head was heavy when I did that. I still cannot conceptualize it. It was crazy. It felt like it took forever, but at the same time, it didn't take forever. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, that's all that I have for you guys. If you watched this far, thank you so much. Please stay tuned. I am going to be posting another video probably the day after this one with a very exciting announcement, running related. I know there's just so much running stuff. Yeah, thank you for all of your love and all of your support. If you're not subscribed already, you should be. Go check. Go check to make sure you're subscribed. I'm almost at 15.5 or 16,000 subs. Insane. But until next time, goodbye.